Dude, did you know you can subscribe to onlywrestlers.com and keep in touch with your favorite wrestlers? The party never has to end.
This week's episode of One of a Kind with RVD is presented by Get Blitzed, and you can get 15% off your order when you head to get-blitz.com and use promo code RVD. Get 15% off.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Is that something like he's just always remember, or did him and Stevie talk to it? Because I haven't talked to him very much at all. I really don't know him. So yeah, I was gonna give you the video clip to show, us standing in the crowd, but I didn't think about it in time. But the news did pick me up a lot, like over the last week, from different interviews I've done that have popped up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know we do have some of that stuff. We did pull some of that stuff, so we can talk about it. And I'd like to do that before Katie takes a powder, because I don't know if she's going to stay for the whole show or not, but yeah. So you got the clip of Maven, right?
Yes, I do. Do you want to start with that one?
Let's start with that. I think this is going to be funny to talk about. It's a funny situation to me. And yeah, I think, by the way, how many people do we got?
We have almost 6,000 tuning in live right now.
Almost 6,000. Okay.
Almost 6,000.
Well, I think you guys will find this interesting. So
this was unexpected. When I was here, when I watched, I was like, what? Really?
Me too.
So here you go, Rob. Here we go, guys.
Next one is my favorite one. Everyone moans when I ask it. Smelliest wrestler.
Smelliest. Oh man, RVD.
Like
RVD.
Like New York City itself.
Yeah, like it was just, and at the time, I don't know if he did, but at the time he did, when probably smart by it, he wouldn't use deodorant. He would take baby powder and put that under his armpits and stuff. Yeah.
I had no idea. What?
That's only the second time. I saw it once. Now that I saw it again, I picked up a couple things. I didn't hear the bloke before say like New York City itself.
Yeah.
Which I guess he means because Times Square smells like weed now.
Oh.
And that's how I take that. I don't know, because it does. They got
it does.
all over. But also it smells like sewage too. But what did Maven say though? Before he said that about the baby powder, like
he said it was smart though. He thought it was smart, right?
Is that what he said? I couldn't understand.
That's what I thought he said. Is like, but it might have been smart because he was like, he didn't use deodorant. He used baby. He's like, but this might have been smart. He used baby powder instead.
It doesn't sound smart if he thought that I smelled bad.
Yeah.
You need to call him up.
Well, hold on. I want to talk about it for a minute. So first off, what a funny thing for someone to say about you and remember you by. I have never heard from anybody else that I smell like anything but weed. And you would think that's where he was going with it until he said that bullshit about the baby powder.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, right. So first you're gonna think like, oh, and when I think about it, I was told very often that I smelled like weed. A lot of people watching this may have met me at conventions. You guys know what I smell like. I would think that you could like scratch and sniff an 8x10 in me or my action figure and smell weed. Stephanie said I reeked like weed. I remember Michael Hayes and Paul and everyone's like, bro, get some deodorant. You smell like weed. But anyway, so I was trying to, well, a few things. First off, the thing about the baby powder, it's so funny because I always have and still do put baby powder in my armpits before I put my deodorant on.
Really?
Always have. Yeah, and that started because way back before I found a deodorant that I liked, I was using the gel sticks, and I would just put the gel stick in there, and then it would melt, and it was like, ooh, gross. My foot it feels gross because the gel like melted. You know, if it's in the summer or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I started putting baby powder on, and then putting the deodorant on afterwards. And now I use Arm & Hammer deodorant, which is baking soda, and it's made of powder anyway. But I still put the baby powder on. It goes everywhere. And then I put the deodorant on, and I feel like double protected, like it's going to help with the moisture or whatever. So obviously, Maven never said anything to me about it, or else I would have shown him the stick of deodorant. And I would have been able to dispel his concerns, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking. It was kind of. So I'm thinking like now I'm picturing like Maven's like watching me after a shower in the dressing room, and he's watching me partway, not all the way through the part where I put the baby powder on, and then came up with this thing. And then it's like, and I started thinking like, is that something like he's just always remember, or did him and Stevie talk to it? Because I haven't talked to him even very much at all. I really don't know him. Like,
yeah,
you know, I've been in business 35 years. It seems like he was in for a cup of coffee, you know, kind of in and out, like a couple of years. But I do remember talking to him about Nair. Him and Stevie were selling the Nair idea to me because I was shaving and cutting myself up and shit.
Yeah.
So I know he was like seeing me in the shower and stuff. And then for him to have in his mind this fantasy that I'm not using deodorant because I used the baby powder, I start thinking it started feeling like a little bit creepy, right? And in my mind, I was picturing like ooh, like what, like, you know. Anyway, you're gonna think this is funny too, baby.
Okay, I'm picking up.
I was laughing for a couple of days. Like, what a funny thing! What a funny lie or mis fact or false information to have somebody say about you. Anyway, it's funny, and I just laughed. Like, I don't, you know, whatever. But the other day, like 2 days after it, maybe it gave me a nightmare.
Oh
Really?
my God.
Yeah.
A nightmare over this.
That's what I'll call it. It was a dream, you know, not like an actual nightmare, but I was sleeping, and like I was in the dressing room, and it was so dark. I don't know why, but it was super, super dark in there. And I'm trying to dry off and shit. And I'm trying to hurry up because Maven is standing there looking at my dick and pointing at my dick. And I'm like trying to dry up real quick, you know, but man, why's my dick sticking out? You know, like, God damn it. You know, I couldn't hide it. You know, and I was like, you know, but he was pointing it out, and guess who's next to him?
Who?
Mark Henry.
What does he have to do with? Oh, okay.
For some reason, Mark Henry likes talking to Katie about my dick.
Well, it's not in a creepy way. It's when you're right there. And
yeah, well, I guess I'm stretching on the
put
floor. I'm stretching on the floor. Does that make it less creepy?
Well, I'm your wife. It's not like I don't know what your dick looks like.
Wait, so what? I don't. Why is he talking about your dick?
I'm not gonna. That's not for me to say, you know. Also, Big Show likes to talk about my dick. He has a few times, and first time I took it as a joke, and the second time, like, oh, maybe it's like an ongoing joke. And then Mark Henry was talking about it. I don't know. Do you want to tell him what's baby like, or you want to? I mean, how do you even answer that?
I don't remember the exact thing that Mark told me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can say this. One person, I won't say who, when I first started dating Rob, said, I heard that Rob stuffs his onesie with a sock. Is it true? Like, that was like a whole rumor.
Wow.
So in this dream, man, I'm trying to dry off real quick so I can get dressed after the shower. And Maven is over there and he's like pointing and he's like talking to Mark Henry. And Mark Henry's like looking at my dick and they're both doing it. And I'm like, and I woke up from it and I was just like, man, I have to talk about this on the fucking podcast. Like, wow, like it's funny. It's hilarious. I'm going to go down in history is him remembering me for having BO, which I've never heard from anybody else.
I never heard that
I never
either.
smelled you smell like funky or spicy in any way. And Sabu, I asked Sabu yesterday, and he used to train with you when you were a teenager, and that's the stinkiest.
I know,
and
but
Sabu even said he never even smelled you smell spicy.
But either way, I don't feel like that's something I have to defend. Could be his opinion.
I got 10 references.
Right. I'm thinking,
childhood.
but I'm thinking if he did have a dislike for my scent, it was probably weed, right? And because during that time, Stephanie was like, "You reek like weed." I mean, at least be what was the word she used? There's a word that means inconspicuous, but begins with D.
At least
be discreet. Be discreet. Yeah. Did you get it?
Yeah.
We both got it. Okay. Anyway, I remember her saying one time, like, I mean, be discreet. If you're going to come in reeking like that, at least go to the dressing room and change your shirt, And when I tried to think, and also, by the way, during this time, Axe was real new. Axe body spray. Yeah. So, because I was thinking, about like trying to search my brain, like, let's think any odor memories or anybody talking to me, about smell. And I was trying to think, and two conversations came up, and I think that you'll think this is funny too, because I rode with Booker T.
Yeah.
And we would use that body spray. We would smoke. We would do the body spray before we go inside, right? I like to douse myself with it. I still do. Like, it goes away, but I like to smell it on myself. You know what I mean? Like, I smell nice. And I remember one time, when we pulled up to the building, me and Booker, and I was going, and Booker goes, "Hey man, that's not actually supposed to be like body spray." And I was like, "Oh, really? Well, I wonder why it says right here, Axe body spray then." He goes, "Yeah, but they don't mean like your whole body." And I said, "Huh, but then wouldn't it say like special parts body spray?" And it was just a funny conversation just with me and Book, being road wives, bitching at each other. And the only other thing I could think of was, but this is when I was in TNA. I used to wear the brown one. I don't know if it's dark chocolate. One of the chocolatey ones.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, and this was in. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this was in TNA. But it was Brooke. The
Adams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brooke Adams. Yeah.
Fine.
She's fine. I always.
She has a beautiful jawline. Her face
is she the one that's Brooke Tessmacher? Was that her?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I always loved her. And got along with her really good in TNA. And I hated that I think she was dating that Jersey Shore looking dude, Rob.
Rob Stone now in the NXT. But
okay, yeah, he's an agent.
Robbie,
no. She was dating. But anyway,
that's before I was in wrestling.
Do you know who I mean though?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah,
but I know him by Rob something else, right? Like
Robbie E. He went when he was the Jersey Shore.
I'm Robbie V. Oh, Robbie E.
Robbie,
yeah.
Robbie E.
I'm Robbie V.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Him and his partner had leather jackets and stuff. They had like a fake Snooki. And
anyway. Oh yeah, JWoww. Speaking of.
Oh yeah, you saw JWoww at UFC.
UFC.
Wow.
And she was at TNA a long time ago. All right, but anyway, just what I wanted to say was that, like one time I walked by, like we passed in a doorway, me and Brooke, and she smelled my Axe, the chocolatey one.
Yeah.
And she acted like it gave her like a little orgasm. She went by, and she went, oh, and she put her hand on my chest. She goes, "I love that set." And I was like, damn. And like every time I would go by her afterwards, I'd be like, I used it again.
Like a commercial for it. Like that's a big selling point.
Yeah, right.
Like every time for so long till it kind of started getting old. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. It's gonna be stupid but she did it for weeks.
Oh my God. You
Every
probably
time,
did do that too much. You were like,
Well, I would wear it anyway. So when I
like,
would see
"Did you
her,
smell me so I can get my hug in?"
when you say hi say hi to everyone anyway, and give them a hug and
You sprayed the action. Where's
squeeze
my
her
hug?
butt.
No.
Put your tongue down her throat. I mean, you gotta be friendly. No, I love Brooke though. I always say.
That's great.
No, but
I did like that scent though. When I would get Axe body spray, I forgot about the shot until you mentioned it, and that was the one I would get. Boy, that would take me back to college is when I use that baby. Holy smokes! Hey,
So anyway, I just want to say, Maven don't wipe his ass. He wouldn't wipe his ass. Probably
throw
smart
that out there.
Probably smart though. He would just hit him.
Get it.
She reminded me that on our first date, that Amy Weber, I was doing a podcast with her and Uncle Creepy, and when I cough, I always hit my chest like really hard, like bam, bam, like a gorilla, and I was going, and when I did it, like without even like even skipping a beat, as soon as I did it, Amy jumped over and she's like, hit him, and started like, and I didn't even it was so weird because
freaking the peeps out.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about what else you got? What else?
Yeah, we had the ringside news one.
Okay, let's talk about this first.
The one screenshot here. Boom. Now
okay, so this
might
is
be hard.
ringside. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll read it out here. Rob's bold take on juggling a polyamorous relationship and his confidence in the bedroom are as unapologetically on brand as it gets. Love him or question him, the WWE Hall of Famer continues to march to the beat of his own drum, leaving fans intrigued and entertained by his unique look on life and love. So this
was a good article, I thought, and I would have, we could have put the whole thing up, but they could find it, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, it's on Ringside News.
Okay, yeah. So I thought the article they did on me was really good, and that's how it ended. And I just thought that it was worth bringing up. I like how they put that, love him or question him, because obviously I am very unconventional, and even tonight, I'm sure I'm going to be given so many views on things that are different from other people's views, and I'm used to that. Part of that is, having that here's the good and bad to that, to being real, but being different and unique, which involves being honest and being open, where most people wouldn't and don't think that you should. I get a lot of respect for it, but then since most people wouldn't do that, it'll turn a lot of people off at the same time. Just like with ECW before, I was explaining, it's so good, but it's niche. Like when you go anti-mainstream, you're not going to get the majority of the people, but you're going to get a solid group that really, really thinks a lot of you. Yeah. A lot of people like my wrestling moves, also some people like my views and my values. And, then there's going to be the ones that question that. There always will be. And so there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people that are just waiting for me to drop dead because everything I do is so wrong from everything they've ever been taught. And yeah. And basically, I love being unconventional. I don't want to be like everybody else, and I'm glad that if the podcast gets a tenth of what we could be doing if we were doing the same thing as Stevie and Maven, getting 200,000 views on each video, however they're doing that, then that just wouldn't be me or my expression. You know what I mean? So for me, it's about I guess the show that I want to do. And anyway, I just appreciate all of y'all that do appreciate me too. If you don't, then fuck you.
Yeah.
No, you have the right to disagree. Everyone always has a right to disagree with me, and I expect you to, a lot of times if you're the majority of the people, but that still don't make you right.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. No, that's what I like about this show too, is like it is unconventional. It's not the same thing that's like we interact with the fans. We talk wrestling. One of a kind. Yeah, that's right. We talk wrestling, but it's like not the huge focus a lot of the times. It's we go all over the grid. I like that aspect of it all.
If we just wanted ratings, I'd probably quit smoking on screen too, because that probably doesn't help.
I don't know. I'm always curious. The more I've seen it, though, I don't think it really affects it that much. Unless maybe I'm wrong, though. It could be.
Right, but from my understanding of the main
cherry.
Another hole in the carpet.
Oh, what, bro?
From my understanding of the
algorithm,
the basic thinkers' thoughts. You know, I think that a lot of them could discredit everything we're talking about and think like, I don't want to watch him fucking getting high on camera. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think a lot of like basic thinkers think, like, because, you know, they'll say like, I don't put credit into fucking stuff that stoners say. You know, it's like, all right, well, you know, if I got no credibility, then I'm not gonna waste my time breathing your way.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great point, though. It's like, yeah, people might think a certain way about that and all that, but not the case. Seth just gave us $20 for nothing.
Oh, thanks.
And
we
does
love
that every
you.
week.
You don't even have to do that because we love the song that you made.
No,
you've already done
it.
You do too much.
He does. He's got a new song out, guys, too. So check it out. It's on Spotify.
So good.
Yeah. You can check out A Little Higher on Spotify, and you can also check out his new Christmas song you got out too. I got Seth. If you're still around, tell us what the song is.
Plug it.
Yeah, plug it on there. I'll pop it up on the screen for sure. So
cool. And I was in the hallway filming like TikToks and Instagram videos when y'all were filming the podcast, and the song was on for the countdown, and Rob walked out to get his sword, and that's when I made a video, and I'm dancing to his entrance song on there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, I love that your song just happened to be playing when you're walking by, and we filmed the video because it's my favorite song. And one day, if there's ever like a wrestling karaoke, I think that would be a good song to sing.
Ooh, that is a good idea.
I mean, not him, but someone.
I had my letter opener in hand.
Yeah, it was his letter opener.
Ooh, well, I tell you what, I'll say this: if we do karaoke together at any point, I will sing that.
Singing it.
I will sing the song.
I'll do it with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm game for it. I just got to get a couple in me, and I'll be good to go.
I'll do it stone cold sober.